it and you become it. To speak it like you done it. The secret is what is wanted. I seen it, now you can cut it. You can feel it in your soul until it rumble in your stomach. A real nigga.
Was that first video just, you know how everybody doing that, was that just that camera? You pulled it out and y'all whipped up some lights and shot it anywhere, or was it a true video?
You're going to enjoy this.
You're going to air it?
You're going to enjoy this. So, my first video that I did was for, it's a song called Leave Me Alone. And it's basically like one of the first real songs that I put out and was comfortable with, right? And Gerard Victor, I went to do a feature. He had like at the time had like a recording studio. He was recording. He was like an engineer, and I did a feature at his house, and like I gave him a CD, one of my CDs, and he like fell in love with it. So I just met him, so I didn't really know him like that, but he was, you know, secretly planning this whole videographer thing he has going on now. You know? And I want to say I was like the first video that he ever did. This video. So it was like, he approached me to do this video, and I was like, for what? You know, like it's not going on MTV, it's not going on BET. Like, what are we doing the video for? But and at the time, it was like 06 maybe 07, and I didn't, you know, at the time I wasn't really in tune to what YouTube was about to be. You know, it was just like, you know,
award show now.
Right, exactly. So it was like, you know, he kind of approached me, and I was apprehensive, like, you know, I don't get it, but I was like, let's do it. And then we just set up, and he'd have a camera, and I don't think it was any lights. It was like no lights, and we just went out down off of Gratiot, and just like turned on the music and start recording. You know what I mean? And it came like after as it was happening, I saw how big it was like about to be. And then you know, I don't even know how many. I can't even tell you how many views it has now, but it's just like, it's crazy. As much as I was apprehensive on doing it, it was the best thing for me.
Yeah, always. That'd be the best one. You know that?
Yeah, and I didn't like I said, at the time, I'm like, if it's not on TV, why am I doing it? You know, but
you gotta put logic to it.
But that's Gerard's vision, you know, and like
he's a true visionary.
And through that, now he's working with some of the biggest artists in the world.
Yes,
you know?
he is. He's a phenomenal director.
For sure.
Phenomenal. So that was your first, but you could say, and Noah Biden putting his all in all into it, so it actually wasn't an amateur video, correct?
Right. It was amateur in the fact that we really didn't know what we were doing, but it was professional in the sense that that's the vision. The vision he had was a professional
his
vision.
Perfection to it.
You know what I mean? And it wasn't. You know, of course, it could have been better if we knew what we were doing, but he did it. It was still at a level. Like his beginning stages is at a level that is far beyond a lot of people's professional stages.
Yes, it is.
You know, so.
Yes, it is. I love his vision. He's out of the ordinary director, and he don't take everything standard. He like taking everything out the box. He don't like doing the original. He don't like doing the same old. He'll take your creativity and to create it to something else outside of something, and that's what I love about him. He's unique. He's unique.
Yo, it's just an introduction for the few that don't know Ro. And if you do, thanks again for supporting the flow. Maestro might blow, I got him out of control. Now it's official tissue, I'm the freshest nigga you know.
G is my guy, 100% as far as videos. Being that he is, you know, he's become what he's become in that world. You know, he's like, you know, it's I've dealt with other people just because I kind of had to.
Yeah, of course. You know we experience them all, but you always got that one great.
Yeah, but he's like actually on my team. You know what I mean? Like, so even when I'm dealing with other people, I consult with him. You know what I mean? So
the dude,
he's like
for everybody.
But I go like any idea that I have about visuals, I go straight to him first.
So let's talk about this Vegas video. See, you definitely went out trailing, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
You know, all this shit, when you're coming out, they always try to, you know, stay in their city, create different videos. But I see when artists take that initiative to leave their home to create another vision outside their home, I know they ready for the next level.
For sure. And that's one of the main reasons I did it, just to kind of show people that, you know, I'm bigger than a local, you know, a local act. And that, you know, it's some things that you always want to do. You know, when you sit back as a kid and you're looking at these Biggie videos and these, you know, Mace with all the lights and all that stuff. And that's like being in Vegas is part of my business of like in fashion.
Okay, oh yeah, I go every year. Well, I know you go twice a year. They go August. What?
Yeah, August and February.
Yeah, the hot spot, but
so,
August.
You know, it makes sense. Like everything I try to do, I try to involve like all my businesses into it. You know what I mean? So even though I'm not particularly rapping about Burn Rubber, you know, that's another story I can tell. Like now, like I was in Vegas because of this. You know? So it made sense, and we just, you know, we flew out there and, you know, got the Ferraris popping, and it's crazy because like J1 just happened to be out there at that time. Like, you know, his whole everything for him was set up before I even told him that I was going to Vegas to do that video. You know, so.
That was sweet. What's the title? What's the title?
It's what is the title of that song? It's funny because I got all my new songs like in my head.
I know, don't you hate it? We gonna premiere it anyway. It's a phenomenal video. It's laid back. How were you able to drive in the city of Vegas with all the traffic and all the hoorah?
We just, you know, you know where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? We just do it. Yo, like people was asking us about permits. And like,
yeah. Oh, you know we get it from the government.
Yeah, like nah. Until the police come over here and step in front of the camera and say we can't. Like the one part was on top of it was a parking structure at New York hotel casino, and it took us an hour. Because like, you know, when you think about Vegas, you don't really think about parking lots when you're not really from there. You know what I'm saying? And you don't really have like, you know, you're not really renting cars like that. You kind of basically, if you want to strip, you just walking everywhere. And so it took us an hour to find how to get to the top of the parking structure.
Yeah, we did that here. We did some cut through stuff. We was all over on the park structure. He said, yeah, let's hurry up.
Yeah, he's just like, let's go. Like, go turn in there. I'm like, you know, and we were in this you know, $200,000 car, and I'm like, man, I can't be backing up. And, you know what I'm saying? I can barely see out of this thing, man. I ain't never drove one of these cars.
You know how they go.
Yeah.
You know how they go. So did you enjoy making that video?
Oh, that's probably my favorite to date. What a lot of people don't know is I had a lot of my personal friends, like,
come out.
You know, they came out for that Vegas trip or whatever, and you know, we were just out there and we were clowning, like,
you had fun at the same time, business. But look, you killed two birds with one stone.
Right.
You're gonna handle your business that we're gonna talk about next.
Feeling like a rock star outside.
Yeah, look, handle your business. We're gonna talk about that next. Then you shot a video, and at the same damn time,
all right,
you partied at the same damn time. So you're
the center of attention when you mention you're with my crew. Dip when we dip, just say my name and we slide through. Bottles all around us cause we out here living life. Doing everywhere I go, I got my city on my mind.
Now, outside of this entertainment world, which is still relates to entertainment, you also have a well-known, famous clothing store and line, correct?
Yeah, for sure.
It's entitled
Burn Rubber Sneaker Boutique.
All right.
Yeah. And it's a second store. We just opened a second store called 218.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Hey, boss man. Hey,
sure.
let's call it shots. What made you come up with the title Burn Rubber?
Well, the store was already there.
Oh.
Yeah, so the store was there, and they had, you know, they had like Nike and like limited edition Nike and, you know, like Converse and stuff like that. And then we purchased it. The owner got a promotion through Nike and had to move out to Oregon to the headquarters. And you know, they didn't want to run the business from, you know, across the country. So they sold a couple people that were involved in the store, which was my business partner. You know, he was kind of working at the store and doing some things for them. And you know, we just he called me because I was already, like, before Burn Rubber even opened, I was like, had business plans and, you know, proposals and everything, and I was trying to open up my own sneaker store.
Okay.
And then, like, right when I got done with all of my paperwork and everything, and like they opened, and it was just like crazy how it just happened. But
Well, hey,
they opened, and
that might have been your calling, huh?
right,
At the
yeah.
right time.
And I, you know, I shopped there, and I was around just because you know, I was sneakerhead or whatever.
Yeah, of course. We got to get into that.
Yeah.
What about them sneaker heads and them game heads? We got to get into that.
And I, you know, so I kind of stuck around, and then just, you know, just so happened we ended up buying it like three years after it opened.
That was sweet. Sweet. So
And we
what?
kept the same name just because it made sense for the automotive industry, and you know, rubber on your shoes. You know,
Okay,
shoes
oh,
made out of rubber.
that's sweet.
Firm rubber.
You had a lot of famous people come through there too.
Yeah.
Friends and everything. You do
Yeah.
your meet and greets there. I know about a few.
Fabulous, Wale, Big Sean.
Of course.
Yeah. You know, like it's funny because he used to, you know, people like a lot of people are famous, you know, but a lot of people like when you know somebody that before they were kind of famous.
Of course, don't you love that?
You know what I mean?
See, the Cash Money days, I
Like,
would never think Lil Wayne would be where he is.
like,
today.
yeah.
And I know him from a little boy. I know his mama and
That's
his
crazy.
daddy, R.I.P. to his father. But it's just to see where he is today, and I know him personally.
Yeah, that's unreal.
Because it be normal to me. When they be
Yeah.
talking about him going crazy, I be like, Lil Wayne?
Like it's the same little kid that used to do
Whatever.
blah blah blah, right?
Yeah, you know.
And that's the same thing with Sean. Like you know, he used to. It's funny because he like literally a couple months before you know the world kind of knew who he was, he would just be sitting in the store for hours and people would walk right past him, and you know that would
I
be
can
it.
actually see a story. Big ups to Big Sean. I love you to death. When I first met him, was with I was representing KDZ.
Okay, yeah.
And KDZ, he came to one of KDZ's birthday parties, and he introduced me, and I didn't know who he was. And you know that was when he just got with Kanye West, and he was a little short guy, this and that, and he shook my hand. He said, "Yeah, this is my managing character, this Big Sean. He just on the car." And I shook his hand. He was so humble.
Oh yeah.
He was real nice.
To this
And I was
day,
like,
still.
oh, okay. And that was it. And then, you know what? A year and a half later, he blew up out of nowhere. And I was like, "Now, wait a
The
minute."
same little
I was
kid.
like, wait a minute. And I just bypassed it with no disrespect.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
I was like, God damn, and just to see, they just don't understand it could be the person next to you that have goals and dreams and accomplish them and make it in this industry.
Yeah, Mr. Popular, go get your binoculars. We here cause we said fuck the world, it's the pocket nuts. I could just be anywhere, I'm anonymous. Call me lozenges, I'm in your baby mama's esophagus.
With your clothing store, Burn Robots, he wears X in Oak Park.
No, Roy Lowe.
Warlock, I always get it backwards. I love that area.
Oh,
You all in the money. You in the money.
yeah. And it's dope because it's like just that area. It's I like to say it's kind of like rich hippies.
It is.
You know,
Right.
they're not like you know you go a little further north in others. I don't even want to say the cities, but you know in other cities and they people like look down on you. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a classism thing.
It is,
You know what I'm saying?
because I go there because I love the area. I like the environment.
Yeah.
I like the scenery. It's definitely a place you feel comfortable and free to walk.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. It's a money area.
Yeah, and that's where we
It's
win
a
because
money area.
people are so comfortable. You know, we bring a little friction into the mix just because of how we kind of get down business-wise. You know what I mean? Like we have almost every Friday we have a line of kids outside for some or some like some
Yeah,
LeBron
so you
shoes.
get the first look. Oh, Jordan. What's this thing about Jordan, man? Why everybody just said you were going live for these shoes? Is he coming out every year with new tennis? They keep saying it's the same shoes.
No, it's the same thing, but it's a nostalgia thing. You know what I mean? And it's like it's a thing for a lot of people. You know, for the older guy, is I remember. You know, and then for that same guy, and even the guy a little bit younger than that, is I remember what I couldn't afford back then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then now, it's like
It's a
it's still
ritual.
to the younger kids.
It's a ritual. It's a
It's a
ritual.
new shoe, and it's almost becoming a ritual. Yeah.
It is. I mean, it's mandatory. I
Yeah.
mean, the line is always around the corner. When the new Jordans come out, everywhere around the world, people are lined up for these tennis, and I think it's a ritual thing now. It's a tradition, and I think you ain't solidified without a pair of Jordans, man.
For sure.
If
And
you
then like
got
in Roy
Jordans,
Lowe,
you class.
you know, they weren't used to having like, and the kids aren't rowdy, you know what I mean? But they weren't used to having like kids spending the night from a Friday. They'll get there Friday at like 8 p.m. with the clothes, and we don't sell the shoes to like.
You'll come out at midnight sometimes.
We used to, but Nike shut that down.
Oh, okay.
It's like you can't do it. Yeah, around the country, like not with us. And it's funny because we really started the whole midnight sale thing. You know what I mean? Just to kind of like be the first ones, because everybody really has Jordan, so we wanted to sell out before the morning time came.
That's sweet.
And then Nike, like, you know, when you deal like in Royal Oak is cool, but when you on the east side of Detroit and you got 10 kids sitting out there with a couple $100 in their pocket, that's food to an animal. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, it is. You gotta get there quick. Look, don't come at night.
Yeah, so you know, you start doing that in all these, you know, Atlanta and you know, in New York.
And time differences and stuff, everything fall. You know, our time. You know, we 3 hours. Yeah, Detroit is 3 hours ahead of LA.
Right,
so, you know, right now they behind us. You know, so they still in the wee hours. It's like 8 o'clock there.
Yeah.
Or we 11. You know. So it's definitely understandable. Look, just be at the door when you do it.
When they open, yeah.
Yeah,
I know a friend of mine runs a store in Atlanta, and they randomly put out the shoes for the releases. It's a pretty dope idea. So, you know, like we sell our shoes at 8 a.m. on Saturday morning.
Okay.
He'll put that same shoe out. He'll wait till like Wednesday at 3 p.m. and just put it on the shelf.
They said, get it.
And people come in and they see it, but that gives the average person who's just coming to the store the opportunity
to get it. Then to let the I guess the classic fans get them, because you know some people just want them first, get that opportunity. So that's a new way to bring in potential fans that have the opportunity. By you doing this, was this a good business move for you outside of your hip hop venture?
Oh, it was the best business move of all time for me, you know, because I knew what I didn't want to be. You know, I didn't like most rappers are hungry,
starving.
Like, yeah. And I've been around that, you know what I mean? And I've been there. I've been there.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that I said that I would never be. And that was just a personal thing. Like, you know, I just hate when it's like, yo, I get my man's number and we're supposed to work, and then I call him and his phone cut off. You know what I mean? Or like, yo, man, I ain't seen you in 6 months. Yo, I had to fall back and do some real stuff.
Yeah.
Or, you know, whatever. So my thing was, through all of this music thing, and I know, you know, it's not too many people. You know, it's kind of like the NBA or like, you know, the NFL.
You gotta get drafted.
You gotta get drafted, and that doesn't come off
the next spot.
You know what I mean? So my thing is, if I was gonna be on this independent grind, I wasn't gonna be poor and broke at it. So I was, you know, whether I had a job or whatever, but just so happened I was blessed to be able to own
and be a businessman.
Yeah, a cool thing that represents the music that I make. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was just like a blessing, like from the Most High. It was like I wouldn't trade. As tired as I get on a day-to-day basis, and the fact that I get like 3 to 4 hours of sleep a night. I wouldn't change it for the world.
If I do 4 hours, I'm good for 20.
Exactly, right?
It's just in me.
Yeah,
you know?
For sure.
It's just as long as I get, like I said, I sleep when the Lord lay me to rest.
That's what my mama told me, sleep when you die.
Yeah.
Sleep when you die.
It's too much, and especially in this music industry. Nah, if you sleep on it, the next man got your spot.
For sure.
So, hey, only the hungry survive in this sucker. Kendrick Lamar situation. He put that song out. Big Sean, your friend and everything. So I gotta ask all these artists this. How did you take that when he laid that verse?
I think it was something.
Cause you're a true hip hop artist, I think, and true to your lyrics.
I think it was. It's two parts of that. If I was Sean, right, I would have. Like I saw him. He had an interview and he was like, you know, I ain't no whole ass nigga, so I left it on. And I'm like, I think like LL Cool J. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, Ladies Love would not have let that ride.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
No.
So that's my thing. But, you know, to each his own. But I feel him though. Like when you do a song with somebody, you do what you do, and whatever they do should be able to, what you did should be able to stand up with what they did. So I feel him on that. But, you know, certain things like, man, you know. But now going back to the Kendrick Lamar verse, when I first heard it, I was like, it's a good verse. I didn't think it was amazing. You know what I'm saying? And there's no shade or no hate. I didn't think it was. I thought it was a good verse. I thought it was a Kendrick Lamar verse. You know, it was what he would normally do. The fact that he said what he said, I think he
called out rappers.
Yeah, he called all those rappers out, and that's what every rapper thinks. He just said it. Like, everybody's so politically correct.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Everybody's so like, yeah, that's my man. Oh yeah, we go way back. You just met him 2 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, it ain't really like that. Like, if I didn't know you, yeah, I'm trying to take all your fans.
Of course.
I'm trying to take all your fans, and I want them, because as much money as this kid has, if he has to spread it over 10 people, I'm trying to get rid of those. If I don't know you, I'm trying to get rid of those 9 people, and I'm trying to get all that money. I think he. I also think that, like, I like how Wale handled it.
Me too.
You know, he was like, I would feel some type of way if he didn't say my name.
Yeah.
So that, you know, it like.
Because though it's saying that it's justifying that I'm here.
Right. So it's I probably would have took it the same way, like it's a respect thing. Like, I know, like, when I see him, I don't have a problem with this dude.
You know, he didn't. He said.
And they're all peers in the game. So it's like, you know, he's just one of those things. Like, I think Kanye West does that a lot. Like, he says what everybody's thinking, and he does what everybody wants to do.
Afraid to do.
Yeah.
And that's one thing about Kanye West. I respect him. I love how he comes out. That's where he speaks. Like, he does what everybody's scared to do, and behind the scenes to say what's not being done, and he called it out. So, you know, he's known for that, and, you know, he has a huge fan base, and although the industry don't perceive him well, but his fan base speaks for itself.
Yeah, you gotta respect him.
And he's on this tour right now, and it's him now. Finally, it's him. No opening act. He's leading his own tour, doing successful at it. So you gotta respect it.
Yeah, and I relate. It's funny because I've been seeing, like, people say certain things about Kanye West, and I'm like, well, let me look for myself. Let me look at these interviews that they clown him for.
He's out of this world, but
but I don't like. I didn't really get it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get what people were clowning him about.
He's just speaking his mind.
And I relate to him a little bit because it's like, you know, he's doing things. Well, he wants to do things in fashion.
Yeah.
And he's credible. You know what I'm saying? Like,